Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Today is July 16th, 2024. We get together most weekday mornings, talk about strategies, tips, techniques, share success stories, and support each of you. Today, we're going to spend some time answering your questions, whether you're a client or a prospective client, affiliate, or prospective affiliate. We need to identify what it is that you need to know, what you need assistance with to help you be successful. So I do have the landing page up on the screen shared with you. Each of you should have a landing page that looks like this. If you don't, please let us know and you'll see our phone number and our website here. We need to make sure that you have your landing page. The landing page is essential if you're an affiliate because that's where you drive your prospects to. By a prospect coming through your landing page, that prospect is linked to you, so you're able to be compensated for helping that client. So what questions do any of you have that I can assist you with today? If you're an affiliate, fire away, go ahead and type the question in. If you're a prospective affiliate, client, or prospective client. We have these trainings most weekday mornings, so we've covered a lot, and some of you may have not been on the prior session. So again, whatever assistance that you need, let us know. Okay, well, we'll start with Toyley's question. Toyley is a new affiliate. And so we'll go to her question is, how do I get started as a new affiliate? Well, you should have your landing page, as I mentioned. And so that's obviously the instrumental tool, Toyley, that you need, because that's where you're going to drive your prospects to. So then you're going to need some sort of outreach effort to create awareness and direct prospects to your page. So in other words, if people don't know who you are or how we can help them, then probably no one will go to your landing page. And if no one goes to your landing page, you won't make any money. We've had numerous trainings, including as recent as yesterday, where we talked about the success that we're having with Facebook ads, the success that we're having with Google ads, your ability to get referrals from others, your ability to even buy leads, our willingness to give you leads. So the rubber hits the road as an affiliate in your ability to do this, which is number one of the two-step process, right? Because as an affiliate, you're not involved with selling anything to anyone. You're not involved with implementing the clients. You simply refer people to your landing page and you get paid. So back to Toyley's question is, how do I get started? Well, you should have your landing page, with all of you, I believe, do. If not, let us know via phone or email. And then you need a plan. Of course, you want to communicate with your affiliate manager, who is Charlotte. So all of you should have received an affiliate onboarding email. There's just a couple trainings on there just to get you more familiar with the value proposition that we offer to the clients, because this is all about the clients, right? Sure, you make money, but the primary focus we have is to build financial literacy with small business owners and help them access capital. So that's what we do. It just so happens that you, as an affiliate, get paid by following these two steps. And so again, if any of you want us to go through the value proposition to the clients, we certainly can. But Toyley, I would ask, have you done these three things? So are you familiar with your landing page? Have you created a strategy? Now, some of you are more disciplined. So some of you actually put together a business plan, and we can help you do that, right? So we could actually put together a formal business plan that identifies who your target market is, how we're going to reach them, We could create financial projections of how much money is going to come in each month, what we expect the expenses to be each month, and your profitability. So if you want to go actually through the program yourself, you could do so. And how would you do that? And frequently I get asked that question. Well, I'm an affiliate. I want to go through the program. Well, go to your funding proposal, fill out first name, last name, mobile number, email, click this button, click this box, and then you're going to get a text almost instantaneously that's going to ask you to type yes if you agree to receive text from us. You'd probably want to type yes, otherwise we can't communicate. And then 1 minute after that, you're going to get the app, the funding proposal app. So I can bring the notes back up. So let's just recap the client process. So they fill out your landing page. They get a text asking for permission to text them. So this is really important here. We'll put some asterisks, because when they get that initial text, and obviously it's going to go to whatever number they submitted when they submitted this. Some people are goofy. They'll submit a different number and like, oh, I never got a text. Well, it's going to go to whatever number was just submitted, of course. So if they don't type yes to this response, to that text, that the initial text that they get, then they're not registered as a lead. We don't know who they are. They're just not in the funnel. So that's instrumental that the client, prospective client, not only fill this out, your landing page, but also the next step to respond with a yes. Best practices we've discussed many times is stay on the phone with them if you can. Text them your landing page while you're on the phone with them, and then stay on the phone with them until they at least respond yes. That way you can make sure that they're your lead. For whatever reason, the way the system works, if they just fill this out, but they never type yes here, then it's not registered. It's not like we're taking something away from you. We just don't know. It's just not registered in the system. But I think that's the intent, right? So we're legally getting permission to communicate with people via text. And so if they've never said yes to that, then we can't communicate to them. So the system doesn't track them. It's a bad lead. So, and we've had that happen where people, we've had affiliates say, well, the client said, or prospective client said, they filled out my form. Well, maybe so, but if they don't do number 2, then no one knows about them. Then what happens? In 1 minute, they receive a second text, because the first text was here for permission to text them, and the second text with the application. So the funding proposal application goes to them. The funding proposal application is 1 page. The top half is business information, and the bottom half is what we call key person information, to be completed by someone that owns at least 20% of the business. On the top, the business information, it could be left blank. So they could have no business at all, or maybe they know some of the information, but not all of it. It doesn't matter. It'll allow it to go through. But the application will require a completed lower portion, which is the key person information, because at least we need to know that. What happens then is we're going to run, let's say we'll process the application and create funding proposals with no hard inquiries. So once they've completed this, it comes into us, and then we run the application. No hard inquiries. We're looking to see what they qualify for. Now you got to keep in mind that the big picture, which we've talked about pretty frequently, our end goal is to get everyone at least 100,000. So let's go ahead and clarify the finish line, if you will. So the end goal, provide every participant at least 100,000 to start or grow a business. So that's where we're trying to get to, and we'll get there. But just because they're on this step, it doesn't mean that they're fundable yet. Right. So it's too good to be true to just think anyone could fill out an app and they'll automatically get 100,000. Some people will, but some people won't. But so don't confuse the end goal with this interim step, because once they have the offers, they can select the offers they want. So in other words, they can decline those that they don't want. They don't have to take any offers that they don't like. But what's really important is then we'll work with client to create a fundable business legally and ethically. So this is really where the work comes in. After the first tranche, the first round here on number 6, this is where the sausage is made. We're going to understand where they're at. Do they have a business now, or do we need to start a new one? We're going to look at their business plan if they have one. If they don't have one, we'll help them build one. We're going to look at their business credit report and determine do they have a strong Paydex score, or are there some deficiencies there? We're going to look at their financials. So we're essentially assessing their business once they're at this point to determine what's keeping them from getting the funding that they want. Often people will say, oh, it's up to 100,000. That's not the way the grant was written. The grant was written at least 100,000. What if they need more than 100,000? Well, that's where the business plan is going to tell us. So we'll go ahead and add some details here. So one of the first things that we're going to do with a client is develop a lender ready business plan. So I used to work for the SBA, and we use the same software now that I used when I worked for the SBA working with clients. I left the SBA and became a college professor. I taught an entrepreneurship class, a credit earning entrepreneurship class. This is the same business plan software we used then. So it's really good. So we're going to help them create a business plan. Now, I'll give you a real example yesterday, and this may not be real complimentary, but the client just became kind of agitated. It's like, well, why do I need to have a business plan? Well, the business plan tells the rest of the world what's in your head, right? Because the entrepreneur knows what they want to accomplish. At least I hope they do. So the entrepreneur knows what they want to do or what they're doing currently, and how much money they need, what they're going to spend it on. All of those things are obviously important to getting a funding plan together. So the business plan, again, if they already have one, that's fine, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll start with whatever they have. But we're going to start immediately working on their business plan to figure out, what does this project look like? Maybe they don't need 100,000. Maybe they need 1,000,000. Maybe they don't need 1,000,000. Maybe they need $10 million. It's okay, whatever that is, but we need to understand it. And frankly, sometimes clients will become agitated that there's a process, but it's too good to be true otherwise, right? So we can certainly get them what they qualify for initially, but we're going to need to evaluate the fundability of the business in terms of the 3 C's: credit, collateral, and capacity, business credit, collateral, and capacity, and then see where we need to get to the goal. So this is really where the work comes into play. And so we handle that, right? It's not your responsibility. And then we apply for business funding. People will ask, well, how many tranches, how many rounds will it be? It depends upon the client's circumstance. I'll give you another example from yesterday. Working with a client wants 500,000. So, and we work on the business plan, and we have the business plan put together, and 500,000 is what he needs. But frankly, he didn't yet qualify for 500,000. So we actually broke that down and identified that there was an initial 50,000 that was needed right now to get the business to the next step, that would then allow the business to qualify for that 500,000. So in some cases, there's a stair-step approach. But we'll work with the client. We'll take care of all the work. The end result is they get at least 100,000. And as an affiliate, you're making 5% of that, which of course is you're getting a minimum of 5,000. All right, so Francisco asked, how soon does the client hear back? Okay, so that's a good point. So normally we will process the application on the funding proposals within 1 business day of receiving them. So again, how do we get to the funding proposal? Client comes to your form, fills it out, gets the initial text, they say yes, then they get their text a link to the application, they complete that. So once they've completed the application, in most cases, in 1 business day, we'll be getting back with them with their offers, and then our funding coordinator, Madison, who's on the training this morning, Madison will call them and text them to say, hey, let's discuss your funding offer. So not only are we emailing it to them, we have staff assigned to literally call them, and if we don't reach them, text them to try to get them engaged. So if you wanted, you certainly could let the client know, hey, once you fill out the app, which will come to you via text, within 1 day, we'll get you your offers. Now, how long does it take them to get funding from those offers? It depends upon the funding source. One of the things that you'll soon learn in our world is that there's different answers based upon different circumstances. Different lenders have different loan programs, and different loan programs have different underwriting and different processing times. So that's where you really want to avoid getting caught up in answering specifics about the funding, because the truth is you don't know, and the truth is we don't know up front. We need to run them through and see what path we're on. But Francisco's question was simple. How long until they hear back on their funding offers? In most cases, within 1 business day. They'll receive an email communication, and then it'll go on to Madison's task list to call. She'll try to call them, and if she doesn't reach them via phone, she'll text them. So really, there's 3 points of communication trying to get the client to move forward. Okay, Michael's asked about landing pages. So when we look at this landing page, we'll close this for a second. So this is our basic landing page that we give for free to all of you who are affiliates. And so it doesn't distinguish on what they want to use the money for. Maybe they want the money for real estate. Maybe they want to buy a fleet of cars. Maybe they just need working capital. It can vary. Now, those are important differences that we'll need to know, and we will glean that by going through the process and developing the business plan, like I mentioned. In general, though, Michael, we don't have an infinite number of different landing pages, but we could, if you want to create special landing pages for you. So I know that we developed a special landing page and kind of a marketing kit for some of you for the real estate funding. So if you have some specific needs, let us know, and we could talk about developing a unique landing page that is specifically for a given target audience. But in general, this landing page should do the trick, and then you can use whatever marketing you wanted. So let's say that you placed an ad and said, get guaranteed funding to buy real estate. So that's fine. It's still going to end up coming through this app, and we'll be able to vet through what they're wanting for funding, what the funding is for. I had a client this morning I was talking to, and he's a successful entrepreneur, but he just wants money. And in his case, I don't truthfully think he even knows, or at least he couldn't articulate what he wants the money for. He just wants money. Well, that's kind of hard to go get a business loan and ask a business lender for money and not be able to tell them what's called the uses of funds. So what we're going to do is, in fact, put together the uses of funds within the business plan so everyone's clear. Now, are the funds restricted, and do they have to be allocated exactly like that? Again, it depends. Different lenders have different rules, but generally, we'll group things under working capital if it's not allocated specifically for real estate or equipment or what have you. But we can't just say, hey, I want 5 million of working capital. That's not going to meet the needs of the lender. They're going to want to know, well, why in the hell do you need $5 million? What are you going to use $5 million for? And so we need to justify why we need the funding. So it doesn't mean we can't get it, but we need to create a strong case. All right, so who else has questions on what you need to do? If any of you are prospective clients, that's fine. You can ask questions about the program. From a client's perspective, there's really two key phases. The first phase is getting you these initial offers, what you qualify for now, maybe a little, maybe a lot. You don't have to pick them. There's no hard inquiries. So that's really phase one. Phase two is then taking from where your business is to where it needs to be to create a fundable business. Some people will ask, well, I mean, do we really need to do all this? I just really want funding, man. Why is all this necessary? Well, if all you want is personal loans and you qualify for a lot of personal loans, then you're right. You could just go after a bunch of personal funding. However, in most cases, well, probably in just about all cases, businesses have a larger borrowing capacity than do individuals. So it makes sense, and there's tax advantages and so forth to go after it from a business perspective. But if we want business funding, we need to have a fundable business. We need to have a fundable business, and that's what we're really good at creating. Any questions, comments, concerns? Joseph's asking if there are any performance requirements as an affiliate. No, as an affiliate, you can refer a lot or refer a few, or I guess refer none. Obviously, you're paid based upon driving people into your landing page. But as an affiliate, there's no volume that's required. I can tell you that on average, our typical affiliate refers in 1 deal a day, about 20 a month. That's average. But you may want to be above average. Maybe you just want to be average. Maybe you want to be below average. Doesn't really matter to me. We've talked about the extraordinary ability to generate lots of leads through Facebook and through Google ads and other means. And so it's not hard to do a deal a day. So that's a very reasonable goal. If you and I were to work together and develop a business plan for your affiliate business, that's most likely what we would encourage you to consider, is to set a goal of 5,000 a day, 100,000 a month, 20 referrals a month. Does anyone need anything before we end today so you can go out there and drive people into your landing page? I mean, that's what affiliates do. There's not a whole lot to it. It's developed very simply. 80% of medium and large companies have affiliate programs. You really don't need to know a whole lot. If you could just share with your prospect this paragraph and have them fill this out and let them know that one of our funding coordinators will reach out to them quickly, that should be enough. Some of you are just so analytical and you want to get so involved, but that's frankly not the role of an affiliate. We have a different role called a branch office. If you want to be really involved and you want to manage the client's process and control client pricing, then you really should be in a different role. You should be a branch office versus an affiliate. Now, I'm not here to recruit you as a branch office, but if that's what you're wanting and that's what you're expecting, like Phyllis is on. Phyllis referred in another client overnight last night. Thank you, Phyllis. And so Phyllis is running a branch. She likes the control. She sets her price. She sets the client's pricing, the client's contract. She manages the client experience. So if you're better suited to be a branch office, that's fine. Let us know. And you're welcome to become a branch office. But if you want simple, the affiliate role is certainly the best approach. All right, well, let's go get after it. If there's anything that you need, give us a call, give us an email. You can reach out to Charlotte as well, your affiliate manager, and we're here to help. Thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.